Greetings, Merriam. It's Billy Crone. About 6:50 right now on September 22nd. Getting ready to go in for our city council meeting, second one of the month.
How you doing?
Outstanding. What can I do for you?
No, you got
Thank you for your
a handful of
service.
stuff. Let me get that for you. Oh, thank you for saying so. Yeah, let me get that. Get your hands full, man.
And then it just kind of.
Yeah, and you can always,
How are you doing? Yeah.
They have
Yeah, they talked to me really early. Sorry.
we haven't seen any plans, to shut down Wednesday.
They already cut the street. They cut it a week ago. They cut it a week. Cause I went into work. Well, cause you guys came by last week. I think it was Thursday or something. They were looking to see who was the speakers. And I was like, no, they sliced from the utility pole all the way to my corner diagonal across the street 7 days ago. And they actually dug up my front yard to find all the utilities.
Do you need me? Oh.
Yeah, so they dug up right at the curb on the corner. They dug 4 or 5 holes to locate all the utilities.
Did you win the codes lottery?
I'm sorry?
Did you win the codes lottery?
No.
Get an angry letter?
No angry letter. I'm just voicing my concern about my neighborhood.
What would you like to see different?
Common curves.
The common,
Straighten the street back out.
the common curbs?
Yeah.
I told them in half an hour.
Does that refer to like a curb that divides the 2 lanes, or?
No, they put it in, somebody requested it years ago, 2005. Lady doesn't live in the neighborhood anymore. And the common curves are there supposedly for safety to slow traffic down. It's not doing its job.
You're in Ward 4 where it sort of zooms around?
So if you go up Johnson Drive and take a left on Good.
Yeah.
You go down there, 3 common curves. They're the only 3 common curves in Merriam.
I know what you're talking about. I thought you said common. Common. Okay, yep, I know those. They used to be worse, didn't they? They used to be like a vertical.
Yeah,
It used to be. Yeah, I think they're kind of silly.
Well,
Okay. And if
people don't pay
anything,
attention to it.
Yeah.
They drive straight through it. And
I'll,
that's the question. What's the one thing school buses don't have on? They don't have on. What's one thing the school buses don't have on?
A gurney?
Truck seat belts.
Yeah, seatbelts, yeah.
So your kids are all. Just driving straight through the buses don't fit in the common areas.
Oh, they didn't think about that, did they? When I was a kid,
It's one of those things that I've been dealing with it for the last few years, trying to get it fixed.
when I was a kid, I was on a bus once when there was a crash. And it was a winding sort of country road that was up in Platte County.
Okay, yeah.
And that car hit, and we heard it, but none of us left our seat. And that car was totaled. The mass difference. I'm hoping that's the reason behind no seatbelts on buses. But still, the common curves suck. The calming curves.
Just a simple fact. Since I was a kid, I'm 59 years old.
Yeah.
I rode the school bus, they didn't have it then. You're talking about the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
So they didn't have it then. That's changed. I think the only ones that actually have seatbelts on it are for special needs children.
The short buses. Yeah. It's probably more to do with keeping the kids behaving in the seats than
It is.
Yeah.
They're safer.
Yeah, it is safer.
Safer than the school buses.
Yeah. Undeniably.
I'm just gonna state my case again.
Oh, yeah,
Some copies of petition that I have on sale. I've got.
Cool. You're organizing with your neighbors?
Yes.
Can anyone sign it, or does it have to be on that street?
Well, it's the neighbors on that street, and that's not even all.
Yeah.
Just I just moved down to Goodman
Yeah.
a year ago, and got as many signatures as I can. There's only 10 houses that I didn't get signatures to. One was being renovated, and the other ones were back in the some of them were from the city, and they decided to go back to I understand.
I replied to Brian.
But
Well,
if you got
like,
kids,
you were-
if you work for the city, you work for the
Okay.
I could see why they might feel uncomfortable doing it, but as mayor, I would encourage city workers to sign petitions if they want to. You know.
For me, I understand that being in the military, it's a conflict of interest for them because they're going to do this. So I understand that, you know, that if you're a city worker, you should be able to voice your opinion.
I would be honored to add my name. I know I don't live on Goodman, but if you needed a certain number of voters in Ward 4,
Don't need a certain number. I call it an
I could do it.
but I got the main players.
You're going too long.
You said less than 5.
I have to drive down.
I took the under on
to
that.
get to my street.
Deal.
Coming from Johnson Drive, I pass through 2 of those common curves.
okay.
And there's 3 of them. They're that. If it's for speeds and everything, if that's the case, well, tell me one street in the United States people don't speed that. I'd like to know this.
Nothing is
I'd
pretty much.
So if people down there get snapped,
Have you talked to the chief about it? Talked to the police department to get like enforcement?
Last time I saw her was on a plane.
That too, yeah.
As soon as they leave, it
Yeah,
goes
we
back
were on the
to.
We randomly, her layover was in where my conference was. So we ended up.
Disappointing.
Did you go to your accountant? No, I
She
went-
checked
She
that
came
in,
with me.
in Ward 1, there was a
Yeah,
neighbor
I
that
went
one
with
time
her.
had speeding problems.
So weird seeing
And they got
It
an
was
officer
bad.
to
I
do
got
tickets
out
to run radar up
the
there.
same
Yeah, but
day.
if you last for so long, when you don't see a cop there anymore after a while, then it goes back to being the same way.
Yeah.
I've got video of everything. I got video of last I checked in the driver's
Okay,
seat,
well.
2 solid yellow lines, and he was knocking off those lines, and people were trying to slow down.
Oh,
You'll hear it.
Cool. Thank you.
Are you in the office too? Are you in the office or are you?
yeah, so I'm sitting in the airport. Yeah. So as I was using I want to the pages, I heard it.
No, we had met at the same time.
So Megan, we were the same class, but
Maybe from.
What parts of Merriam do you want to keep the same?
No. Yeah, we did.
So that cars can fit both ways. I have work that I tell them and I can't squeeze through there on my side of the street. If the street's straight, I can stay on my side, and they can drive right on mine.
Yeah, but any larger than like a passenger sedan ends up having to cross the LS.
The street.
I'm asking because I ask everyone that when I knock on the door, what do they want to change, what do they want to keep the same, their favorite part.
Everything else is fine. I got all that. I just want that part of the street. It needs to be done.
Yeah.
My neighbors want the same thing.
Howdy, Rob.
How's it going?
You want to introduce yourself to Rob? He's running to be a council person in your district. I didn't ask your name.
My name's Ray.
Ray, nice to meet you. What street do you live on, Rob?
Hemlock.
Hemlock?
Yep. So,
What do you think of the calming curves on Goodman?
the what?
The calming curves? those like weird things where the curb sticks in like a car width.
Where?
It's
Nobody knows.
north of Johnson.
The reason why nobody knows is
Good
I
news.
heard we have a garage.
Street in Merriam.
Yeah.
Which street?
Live in that
My
area.
house, I was talking today.
Oh. I actually walk on that because I saw
walk
you,
on it?
I saw you, talking to the tomato guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I can't wait till next year.
He's a happy guy.
Yeah,
Sometimes I wish my life was that easy, you know?
yeah.
The funny thing
I've heard stuff on the opposite side for that guy though.
Oh yeah?
That residents.
People don't like him?
Yeah, because he buys from the Amish. Or something like that.
Oh, no matter where he buys from.
Yeah, I know. I don't
Okay,
know.
I'll go ahead and call tonight's meeting to order. Everybody, please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Payne.
Here.
Councilmember Shavetta.
Here.
Councilmember Cosmeyer.
Here.
Councilmember Hammonds.
Here.
Councilmember Caldwell.
Here.
Councilmember Leahy.
Here.
Councilmember Ryder.
Here.
Councilmember Silvers.
Here.
Councilmember Youngridge. Here.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item of this evening is public items. Members of the public are encouraged to use this time to make comments about matters that cannot appear on the agenda. Comments about items on the regular agenda will be taken up as each item is considered. Please note, individuals making public comments will be limited to 5 minutes. In accordance with governing body rules and procedures, the city reserves the right to refuse public comments that are personal, impertinent, or slanderous. We do have a sign-up sheet here this evening. And first one on this list is Raymond Delgado. Sir, if you come forward to the podium and give your name and address for the record.
My name's Raymond Delgado. My address is 8138 West 56th Terrace here in Merriam. I'm here about the common curves. A year ago, I came in here and talked to you guys about the same thing. The common curves, you guys have managed to look at the speed of everybody speeding through there. I don't know what the results are of that, but I still see it. The common curves have 2 solid yellow lines on them, and that's for us to stay on our side. Last time I looked inside the driver's handbook, it meant do not cross those lines. Well, the people are still doing it, and they're driving straight through. The problem that it is causing is it's a safety hazard, especially for the children in the area that are on school buses. What is the one thing the school bus does not have on it?
Seatbelts.
It's seatbelts. So children on there, if these people are not paying attention or just disregarding it and driving straight through like I've seen, and I have video of it, I have a dash cam in my truck, and I've been walking through the neighborhood because my wife and I walk just to exercise, and I've got video of people doing that. I've seen Merriam vehicles not paying attention to it. I've seen UPS, FedEx, Amazon, and regular people just driving through the neighborhood. So I'm trying to get that part of the street straightened out because it'll give everybody enough room to drive through there. I pull an RV, I own an RV, and when I bring it home to load it up, when my wife and I go out, I cross over the line. There's not enough room. But if the street is straight, I can pass and somebody can pass on the other side of it. I know that this was done in 2005. The lady that asked for this to be done no longer lives in Merriam. I'm just trying to get it straightened out so that we don't have problems that are gonna come down the pipe. It's just a drop in the bucket to fix that as opposed to what it costs for the market up here, the Grand Station. 136 million is what the council's voted on unanimously, 13. So, and then you've got the other one that's coming up, the marketplace, it's $120 million. You're getting ready to do some work with the conduit on the lights and fix that. You guys are gonna repair those. Well, walking through there, I can see that the conduits where they line up, it stays on the side of the curb. So straightening the street out is not going to affect that. If we can straighten out the street, I think you're gonna see a difference in the neighborhood. I've got a petition that I started last year And this is just with the people on Goodman Street that have signed this, that want it straightened out because they have the same issue. I'll submit this to you.
Thank you. Give it to our city clerk. Thank you.
I'm not the only one that's concerned with it. My neighbors are concerned with it. There's about 10 houses just on Goodman that did not sign that. Some of them didn't sign it because some of them work for the city. Understand that. That's a conflict of interest for them. I got it. But everybody else, there are a couple of them that didn't do it. One house was being renovated. Some people weren't home. Every time I went back, they weren't home. I waited a year to see if anything was gonna change, and you can look at the dates on there from when I had started having signatures on there. It was the 6th of September. So now we're on the 22nd of September, and I still don't see anything, but I still see you guys, like I said, looking at the speed, controlling the speed. It's not happening. They're still speeding up and down the street. If the calming curves are supposed to do what they're supposed to do, then how come that block stretch from Johnson Drive down Goodman all the way down to 54th and Terrace, how come that is the only street in Merriam that has those calming curves? Why didn't everybody else get them? If you're talking about safety for the people, then everybody should have had them at that time. That didn't happen, just one street. You know, there's only one other street, and that's on Hardy, and both of us are right before we cross into Overland Park. Hardy has a speed hump on it. People still go up and down that, but as soon as they see that speed hump, they slow down. Why? Because most people are gonna bottom out unless you're driving a big truck. So with that, I'm just asking for you to come out and look at it, monitor it, see what I see what my neighbors see, and see if we can come to some conclusion here of how to fix it. Because at some point in time, as far as I know, it hasn't happened yet, but there will be an accident at some point in time. And do we really want to risk it being a school bus with your children on it? Because my youngest is 35, so I don't want to see it, and my neighbors are the same way.
Thank you, Mr. Ricardo. Yeah, your time is currently up, but we will pass the request on, and we'll have our public works director take a look at that, the police department, look at the speeding. But thanks for your concerns, and like I said, we will look into it.
Okay, thank you very much.
I don't have anyone else that's currently signed up this evening, but that would not preclude anyone from coming forward at this time. Mr. Crump, please come forward. Name and address for the record.
Good evening, council. Billy Crone, 6633 West Street. I want to second what Mr. Delgado said. Those calming curves are silly. They got redone too some point in the last 10 years. I remember some of you in the council today were there when they got re-engineered, but they weren't removed at the time. They just got built a different way. I would like to see those gone as well. And I also want to bring a safety concern on our streets to your attention. In all the door knocking I've been doing, there's a neighbor who mentioned the eastbound lanes of 67th Street, after you go under the highway, there's not any overhead signage designating what the lanes are for. And there's a lot of folks that take the middle lane and then cut off to make the second left turn. There's two left turns, one getting on the highway, one getting on east frontage. And I think there used to be paint on the ground. If there is, it's pretty faded. But a lot of other intersections with unique situations like that have signs on the mast next to the lights to indicate what those lanes are for. And I think it would be appropriate to have signs there. Thank you.
Sir, would anyone else like to come forward at this time? I see no one else coming forward, so we will close out the public portion of the meeting. Next item up this evening is consent agenda. All items listed under this heading are considered routine by the city council, may be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests, in which case that item will be removed from the consent agenda, considered separately. We do have 3 items this evening on consent. Does anyone want any of those items removed? Okay, go ahead, Mr. Cosmeyer.
I don't need it removed. I just have a question about the Wavetronics system for Director Kunke.
Okay, sure. Director Cuppy, could you come up and answer Mr. Cosmeyer's question before we vote?
So from what I was reading, it looks like this isn't going to change how our lights interact with the rest of the street and Project Greenlight and all that. It's just gonna change how it sees cars.
Right, and Wavetronics is like a radar system that detects cars, so, like when you have cameras, sometimes the fog or they get knocked out of the way, so this is a more reliable system. So we're kind of going towards Wavetronics at most of our intersections now.
Cool.
Does it answer it?
Yeah, it does.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else want anything else removed, or, okay, having said that, I would entertain a motion. Okay, Mr. Silvers.
I'll make the motion, Mayor. I just need to double check so we can do one motion for all of.
Yes, because he did not have that removed.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move that the council approve consent agenda items 1 through 3.
Okay, I have a motion, do I have a second? Ms. Shepard.
Mr. Mayor, second.
Madam Clerk, we have a motion and a second.
Councilmember Shabeta.
Aye.
Councilmember Cosmeyer.
Aye.
Councilmember Hands.
Aye.
Councilmember Caldwell.
Aye.
Councilmember Leahy.
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder.
Aye.
Councilmember Silvers.
Aye.
Councilmember Yondridge.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item up this evening is the mayor's report, and I have 2 proclamations this evening. One of my most exciting things to do as the mayor. First one is near and dear to my heart. It's proclamation for Fire Prevention Week. So let me start by reading this, and we'll call them forward in just a moment. Whereas the city of Merriam is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living in Merriam, Kansas, and visiting. And whereas fire remains a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, in presence of lithium-ion batteries and many household devices introduces unique fire risk. And whereas most of the electronics used in homes daily, including smartphones, tablets, laptops, power tools, e-bikes, e-scooters, and toys, are powered by lithium-ion batteries, which, if misused, damaged, or improperly charged, can overheat, start a fire, or explode. And whereas the National Fire Prevention Association, NFPA, reports an increase in battery-related fires, underscoring the need for public education on the safe use of lithium-ion batteries. And whereas residents should follow 3 key calls to action: buy only UL-listed products, charge batteries safely, and recycle them responsibly to prevent battery-related fires. And whereas the 2025 Fire Prevention Week's theme, Charge into Fire Safety, Lithium-Ion Batteries in Your Home, serves to remind us of the importance of using, charging, and recycling lithium-ion batteries safely and to reduce the risk of fires in homes and communities. Now therefore, I, Bob Pate, Mayor of the Merriam, Kansas, do hereby proclaim October 5th through the 11th, 2025 as Fire Prevention Week, proclaimed on this 22nd day of September, 2025, Bob Pate, Mayor. And I have several individuals in our audience that I'd like to come forward. I'd like to present this to them. We have Fire Chief Alan Long, Fire Marshal Mike Casey, Risk Management Officer Shayna Hurst, and Battalion Chief John Heffernan. So if you guys can come forward, meet me at the podium out there, and I'll present this to you. We're giving this to the Fire Marshal Chief. Yep. Thank you. So this is for you today. All right, appreciate it. Thank you. Chief. Appreciate it. All right. Roll call. Thank you for protecting our city. Okay. Second proclamation is Indigenous Peoples Day, and I'd like to read that at this time. Whereas Indigenous Peoples Day was first proposed in 1977 by a delegation of Native nations to the International Conference on Discrimination Against Indigenous Populations in the Americas, and whereas a growing number of cities and towns in the United States have recognized the second Monday of October as Indigenous Peoples Day to celebrate Indigenous heritage and resiliency, and whereas the The city of Merriam recognized it was founded and built upon lands first inhabited by indigenous peoples of this region. And whereas the city of Merriam acknowledges and honors the historical, cultural, and contemporary significance of indigenous members in our community. And whereas the city of Merriam wishes to preserve and promote the history and culture of all indigenous people, and that the time has come to observe a yearly holiday in their name. Therefore, I, Bob Pate, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of Merriam, Kansas, do hereby proclaim October 13th, 2025 as Indigenous Peoples' Day. Proclaim on this 22nd day of September 2025, Bob Pate, Mayor. I don't think we have anybody this evening, Madam Clerk, to present this to, but this will go in our file. So let's give a round of applause for all Indigenous people on that day. Thank you. Okay, I always like to tell a few things that I and the other council members have been doing over the past 2 weeks. So let me delve into that. I went to give blood at the Battle of the Bulges blood drive between the police and the fire. It's my understanding that it was a very close competition. But the real winner was those individuals giving the blood. Cookies were good, but they were out of Diet Coke, just for the record. But I think we did get beat again this year. I don't know what the exact numbers were. Okay, a couple council members attended the Idleways board meeting with Ms. Gard to answer questions about the single trash hauler and answer about everything else that's happening in Merriam, because they talked about a lot of stuff over there. So that was well attended. I attended the Johnson County and Wyandotte County Mayor's dinner meeting. It was hosted by Mayor Tom Steffens of Bonner Springs. This meeting was dedicated to the upcoming host of meetings and the guest speakers for the coming year. I attended the 9/11 memorial ceremony at the Overland Park Training Center. It's hard to believe that this event occurred 24 years ago. Many today have no idea what occurred on that fateful day. The purpose of this memorial is so that we never forget the sacrifice that occurred. I'd just like to say 441 first responders died that day. 343 of them were New York firefighters, 71 law enforcement, 55 military, and 8 paramedics, and 2,192 civilians died on that day. Many more have died since from illnesses they sustained on that day. I attended the Northeast Chamber of Commerce banner and beers event at Strips Chicken. I and several council members attended and volunteered at the Turkey Creek Car and Motorcycle Show. This is one of my favorite events. We set a new record, my understanding, yes we did, at 339 people. Thank you, excellent. The hardest part of my day is the mayor's choice. I picked a 1965 Corvette that the owner received from his dad in 1965 when he graduated from high school. I thought I had a great dad, but I mean, he got a Corvette and high school present. Anyway, nothing, pretty impressive. But anyway, a council member attended the Common Grounds Habitat for Humanity KC to learn about the housing needs and take a tour of the Heartland Park Habitats development in Olathe, which, if you don't know, is 158 in Black Isle. I attended a West Vernon block party. I let them know what's happening in the city and that we would be sending out a postcard asking their opinion on sidewalks and islands prior to us addressing stormwater or mill overlay that's going to occur on the streets. I stressed the importance of letting us know what their views are down there. I also attended the Johnson County Criminal Advisory Council meeting. We had a detailed presentation on the co-responder program, which we just heard about, but I got a second version of it. And actually, they determined that we're going to be offering assistance to people all over the country about that program because it's been so successful here. I and the council member met with Mr. England to develop tonight's agenda, and I attended the Northeast Johnson County Mayor's meeting. Lots of discussion on what's going on in each cities. So that's the end of my report. I don't know if I missed any other council people's activities for the last 2 weeks. There is, but entertaining. Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. I have a new computer this evening, and we're going to have to see our IT guy because it just shut off. So I'm going to have to fire this back up again. But I apologize for that. Maybe I can go to my regular agenda here and see where we're at next. First item up is council items, and that's approve a resolution and subsequent release of liens. We have Mr. Moon coming to the podium for that. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. First item on your agenda this evening is approved a resolution and subsequent release of liens with Merriam Grand Station X LLC. In August of 2023, City Council approved the issuance of 2 series of industrial revenue bonds to enable a sales tax exemption for construction materials, equipment, and furnishing relating to the development at Merriam Grand Station. The first of those 2 series of IRBs were associated with the restaurant and retail buildings, which also includes the civic activity space back behind, as well as the surface parking. And those were in the amount of $6.75 million, and an amount not to exceed $6.75 million. To facilitate that process, the city acquired a leasehold interest in Merriam Grand Station property pursuant to a base lease and lease agreement, which is again is the mechanism that enables the IRBs to operate. Per those agreements, the city is required to terminate the base lease and the lease and release all of its interest in the project upon adequate notice once the bonds have been fully paid or other obligations and duties of the company under the lease have been performed. So this is actually a good thing. This is we're going to close these IRBs out at the restaurant retail actually before the last retail or restaurant is open, which is Shake Shack, which will be opening this week. The attached resolution provides the legal authority for the city to complete the transaction, and the attached release of leases formally releases, terminates, and discharges the city of Merriam's interest in the base lease agreement and the lease. The attached documents were drafted by Jacob Lauer, with our bond counsel with Kutek Rock, who is in attendance. And as well in attendance, we've got Scott Miller representing Merriam Grand Station X. Happy to answer any questions, as I'm sure those gentlemen would be.
Do you have any questions for Mr. Engel at this time? Go ahead, Mr. Leahy.
I just wanted to ask how far ahead of schedule or ahead of our deadlines was Merriam Grand Station? Because I know they've done a great job and have been really on top of it.
Yeah, they actually had till the end of next year by the terms of the RDA, so they were moving and grooving out there. So we're really happy to see them open and operating on the timeline we're currently on.
Any other questions for Mr. Engel? Do we need to see Mr. Miller, or are we good with what has been decided so far? Okay. Well, thank you then. I would entertain a motion for this then. Okay, go ahead.
All right, Mr. Mayor, I move that the council approve a resolution authorizing the sale and conveyance of the Merriam Grand Station commercial project, the execution of a release of leases, and further authorizing certain additional related actions in connection with the city's not to exceed $6.75 million industrial revenue bonds series 2023 issuance.
Okay, we have a motion. A second, Ms. Shepard.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I second.
Okay, we have a motion second, Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Cosmeyer.
Aye.
Councilmember Hands.
Aye.
Councilmember Caldwell.
Aye.
Councilmember Leahy.
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder. Aye. Councilmember Silvers.
Aye.
Councilmember Yodridge. Aye. Councilmember Shavetta.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Looks like next item up would be approve a contract with Icon Structures. Board here. I don't know what your title is this time.
That's all right. Good evening, Mayor and Council. Caleb Hunt from Lindsay, I'm the facility superintendent here.
Facility superintendent.
Yep. So, the next item in your packet is the bid documents for the second phase of the City Hall improvements. These improvements include upgrades to the first floor, the waiting area in the lobby, carpet throughout the lobby, signage and wayfinding, and desk and counter modification. All of these improvements will continue to improve customer service and workflow for the public and the employees here. We did a formal bid process with Clark & Emerson, who is the city architect. We received 5 bids that were all significantly under budget, with the low bid being Icon Structures Incorporated. Icon is currently working with Johnson County, doing a court video remodel, and they are currently remodeling the City of DeSoto City Hall. I spoke with the City of DeSoto, and they said they would hire again, no questions asked, and they came highly recommended from the school district that they had done some work for it too. So, if this item is approved tonight, a notice to proceed will go out tomorrow. That doesn't mean construction will start tomorrow. what that'll allow us to do is meet with the architect and staff with the contractor to provide a updated construction timeline. And it will allow them to start procuring materials that may have longer lead times. They indicated that construction will be about 75 days of this contract. The construction will be disruptive, but they have phased it in a way that all 3 public counters will stay open and serviceable and accessible throughout the project. So, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Do you have any questions for Superintendent? Okay, go ahead.
I just want to say that I don't think that this remodel will be disruptive. I just like to look at it as 1 year for as many, or 1 day for as many years as Merriam has been.
Go ahead, Ms. Fetty.
I just have a quick question. Never mind. I'm sorry, I read this incorrectly. I was gonna ask about the furniture, but the original estimate didn't include furniture, so we'll be procuring the furniture as the city, not through the contractor.
Yes, and we did that to
Yep.
get out of markup and that kind of stuff.
Yep, 100%. Thank you.
Go ahead, Sam.
And it's delightful to see this finally come up because it was so long ago, I was on the art committee when this first started, so, thank you. I don't know, does anyone know what the date is on the plans?
I have to look at them. They've been
Definitely
updated.
pre-book.
Yeah, they've been updated, so
Yeah.
it was pre-COVID.
Any other questions for Superintendent? Okay. Well, seeing no other questions, I would entertain a motion for this. Sam? Oh, excuse me, it's wait. Ms. Shepard.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the council approve a construction contract with Icon Structures, Inc. for the City Hall interior improvements project.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Shepard.
Mr. Mayor, second.
Okay, Madam Clerk, we have a motion, a second.
Councilmember Hans,
Aye.
Councilmember Caldwell,
Aye.
Councilmember Leahy,
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder,
Aye.
Councilmember Silvers,
Aye.
Councilmember Whitney, or Yodridge, so sorry.
Aye. You threw me off.
I know, it is your name. Councilmember Shabeta,
Aye.
Councilmember Cosmeyer.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, it looks like next item up is staff information items and, got community development update and got Rick Dyer over the podium.
Good Mayor, council members, just a couple things to update you on. First of all, we have gotten in the Marketplace Apartment Complex building permit application, so we have started the review on that, so that is in our office under review. And then wrapping up our 2025 grant season, getting close, getting all the projects in and then getting them reimbursements for that. So obviously, as we wrap up 2025, means we immediately start transitioning into 2026. And one of the things that we did last week was sent out 88 letters to those property owners and residents, owner occupants of homes that have gravel driveways. So we have sent them directly the application and then a letter explaining the program. So those went out last week. And then, like I said, we're starting getting 2026 grant programs up and running, working on the applications, working on getting them out on the website to get them ready for the first of the year. So with that, we'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from Director Dyer? This is Reggie. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, next item up is the August financial update. Finance Director report coming to the podium.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and Council. There is nothing for me to report as far as August finances go. No cause for concern, and revenues and expenditures are either exceeding our expectations or tracking right on. Happy to answer any questions though.
Any questions for the report? Go ahead, Mr. Cosmeyer.
The sales tax tranches?
Yes.
Those are 2 months behind?
1 month.
1
Yes,
month,
sir.
okay,
Yes.
cool. I was looking at.
So it is on track.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually technically ahead of track if you look at it that way, so.
Cool, cool.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Gosh.
Thank you.
No questions, thank you. Well, we're just moving right along this evening. Informational items, we have, planning commission minutes that was in our packets. Does anyone have any concerns or questions about governing that? Well, I guess I'll put this order. I will ask a couple questions in reference to, hopefully you can cover this in your report, Mr. Nagula. I know we got some important things coming up, like our 75th anniversary and our Merriam Drive Live and Night Out Against Crime. I think of 3 things upcoming. I had not written down those dates. I don't know if you have those in your head or not, but if you could at least alert us to those dates.
Thank you. I'll give a couple updates first while I'm looking those up. First one, Mayor mentioned it. I want to thank staff and all the volunteers for a very successful car show. It was super hot. Probably the warmest one that I've been to, but it was fantastic, and clearly with record-setting numbers, it continues to grow, which is fantastic after 25 years. I want to thank Julie, Anna, and the volunteers for really putting all that together. Renee, also by name. Second one is, as I mentioned before, Shake Shack opens this week. That represents a successful completion of the construction phase of Merriam Grand Station, which is ahead of schedule, open, operating. Still working a little bit of kinks out here and there, but it's a fantastic addition to the community. And we're glad to see that thing finally up and off the ground. National Night Out and the rededication of the McFarland Fields is October 7th at Waterfall Park. Our Merriam Drive Live is October 4th, Saturday, October 4th. What was the third one, Mayor?
Well, our anniversary, and then also large item pickup, I might.
Large item pickup is the third week in October, starting on Monday, the 20th, running to the 24th. And, sorry, one more time, what was the other one?
Our birthday party.
Birthday party, thank you.
Yeah,
Birthday party is?
23rd.
23rd, thank you. October 23rd at, sorry, I'm gonna scroll down to the day here.
Farmers Market.
Four PM to 8 PM, Merriam Marketplace. Be there, be square.
Lots of exciting things coming up in Merriam.
Absolutely, absolutely. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
As best I can, while I have my calendar open.
Sorry to put you in the pressure there. I should have looked this up myself.
We're gonna have
No,
a
good.
recycling event.
Oh, yeah, recycling event is in October.
October 11th.
That's very important.
Will I be recycling lithium batteries? Maybe.
No, we won't
We
be.
we won't be doing that there, I'm sorry.
We're not qualified.
We're not taking it. Oh, any other questions, Mr. Amy? I know we have no executive session this evening.
No, sir.
I would entertain a motion this evening. Ms. Anderson.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I move we adjourn.
Will we adjourn? We have a second. Ms. Sanders.
Mr. Mayor, second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second, Madam Clerk.
All in favor? Meeting's adjourned.
How are you doing today? Good. How's the, first?
It's going, we're trying to get on 65 so we can get all the way to school kids and everything, so, but they're on track.
I'll read it.
They tried to get all of the, I think they got all the cycling for it.
Yes.
Now they're gonna jump on the south, then they'll pay that, and then. Moving on, yeah. Yeah.
But at least there's a sidewalk down out there. I was worried about, all the kids, couldn't get, cross country. They all run out 60 days. Or it had that when we was on sidewalk.
Yeah, and they're contractors on board, getting done, unlike the.
She was the last.
Yeah, they're a little hot, like, parking and, middle of the street.
Our guys have had to stay on, like,
I
get out of the
understand, you
way.
gotta
Yeah.
You got a picture of
No, I've been working.
the flames are gone. It's, how we do it. All right, thank you. Thanks for all the
Good to see you.
work.
Sure, anytime. You ready? They look better. Pass them on to the guys, 'cause I didn't, but they did. Thank you though.
And that was City Council. See you around Merriam.